So, you open Gorilla Tag, about to go mess around, but then you think to yourself, I should go make a video. So you run to wardrobe, and you pick this camera. I did an interview with these people that made the camera, and here, roll the clip. How did you get the idea of making the camera and all that?
Well, the company has always kind of made cameras for virtual reality. Before Live Creator Kit, the one that's in Gorilla Tag and some other games, we made cameras, virtual cameras for PC VR games on Steam. So I don't know if you've ever seen like people playing Beat Saber and it looks like their IRL self is actually in Beat Saber.
I have seen that.
Yeah, that's our company that does the software for that too. So that, or you could be like an avatar, like for VTubers and stuff, they can do the same thing. But that's kind of where we started, was with being able to capture it that way. But then once the Quest started gaining popularity, we're like, okay, the only solution the Quest native people really have is the in-headset casting, or I guess you could like use the MetaQuest Developer Hub, but that's kind of a pain for more casual people. And so then the idea of the Live Creator Kit came out. And it also does work on PC VR too, but just, I always mention Quest because that's sort of where capture tools have been like lacking for so long.
Yeah. When did you like start getting the idea of like, oh, we should take it to Gorilla Tag and all that?
I think basically from the start, as soon as we had this idea, we're like, okay, we have to get it in the biggest games that are on Quest. And so Gorilla Tag was kind of a easy one to be like, well, and we saw a lot of content creators also in Gorilla Tag. So we're like, well, we see people are in there wanting to record, especially people that are Quest only. And we think we have a solution for that. So we were really lucky. My boss, who's the CEO of the company, is a really good talker. So he was able to somehow get his way into, meeting with the Gorilla Tag team, and they liked what they saw. They knew that a lot of people use, like Yeezy's mods and others to try to get good capture tools. But again, those were mostly like PC VR, which a lot of people are on Quest. So we thought, hey, we'll work together. We know the Gorilla Tag team is really busy, obviously making like the rest of the game. So because it was like a first game for us, we were willing to sort of work directly with them to make the camera for them, which is something that we won't do for other games because there's not enough of us. Our team is actually pretty small. But for Gorilla Tag, obviously such a big game, we were willing to do that. So we worked very closely to make sure that the style of the tablet sort of matched the game, that how the buttons and stuff worked well in the game. Like, Gorilla Tag doesn't have cursors or anything, so we had to make sure that, the buttons were very pokeable and that there weren't any like face buttons, because that's another thing about Gorilla Tag is they're so pure. They don't have buttons, don't do anything, which is nice. It's nice and simple that way. And challenging in other ways, but anyway, it was really nice to be able to work with them so closely and continue to work with them closely.
How long did it take to create the camera?
Question. Not as long as you would think. I mean, we had some of the base for it down on how we wanted it to function. It was just how we wanted it to look and then what features we wanted to put on it. So I would say about a year, but with Gorilla Tag specifically, maybe like 6 months before it came out in December. Our team is actually really smart. I'm just marketing, so when it comes to the actual building of the thing, I don't understand anything about Unity and Unreal. But the developers on our team are just so smart and they're so quick. And I think because we're a smaller company, we're lucky where we can work pretty quickly. We don't have to worry about getting permission from multiple people. We can just kind of just do it. Obviously with Gorilla Tag, we have to wait for, their permission when we put things in and work with them with certain features and make sure they're happy. But when it comes to our, the prefab one that anyone else can add, it's pretty quick, surprisingly.
Yeah, I've tried once to make maybe a camera mod, I think. I don't know if it was a camera mod or like a thing to make your FOV higher. It's very complicated. I never made it.
I mean, we are lucky that we've kind of, cameras is something that we've worked with for a while. So in that way, it wasn't too hard because we've already done things like it just in other, like, PC VR, but it's maybe as an overlay instead of a physical tablet. So it's just taking the things that we already know how to do and making it like one so that it can run on Quest without making things lag more, which is hard enough as it is. And two, so that it's just, you know, fits in with the world well. Which again, Gorilla Tag we work with, but we always encourage other like game developers that are adding it. Like you don't have to. We give a prefab design that's pretty basic, but like they're more than welcome to customize it to make it look however they want to fit their game. As long as they keep our little logo on the bottom or somewhere on it, fine, go nuts.
How, like, when did you start making like all that?
Like just Live Creator Kit or all of Liv's like ever like tools?
All of the
in
Live
existence?
things, yeah.
Gosh, well that was before I was even working for Liv. So I've been with Liv for at least like 4 years now. I want to say, oh god, if my boss is gonna watch this, he's gonna he's gonna tell you what. I want to say there was probably at least another 4 years before me, so maybe like 8. Those very early VR days is when they got the idea of doing mixed reality, which now is kind of a confusing word because it's like pass through, but the original mixed reality, which was like putting somebody inside of a VR game using the green screens and all that. Yeah, but definitely a lot has changed since then.
I'm sorry,
Quest
what?
wasn't a thing then, but it's super popular now. It changed with the times.
When did you get recognized of the camera and all that, like all of these stuff? Not only.
Oh gosh. Well, for the Live stuff, it was definitely when Beat Saber added that SDK, because then it just sort of blew up, and people had never seen anything like that before. And we had a bunch of Beat Saber influencers, and a lot of them still do that, still use Live to this day. And then in terms of Live Creator Kit, we kind of want to do something similar to when we had that like Beat Saber boom, except now in modern times with Gorilla Tag. And I think it's worked out pretty well. Like once we had to put out a video on TikTok of like, hey, we're working with Gorilla. Someone else sort of leaked it early, so it forced us to have to make a video announcing that we were working with Gorilla Tag on it, and that's when things started to blow up. And I was like, I can't say too much yet, but just know that we are working on it. And that was, you know, before it came out in December, October or November.
Yeah, I saw
don't
like
remember.
some teasers, like it's coming out soon and all that.
I would have liked to wait a little more because we didn't have like all the features in yet, but I wanted to just let people know that it was coming because I didn't want, like, I was worried about people speculating, and I was like, we just might as well tell people we're doing it, and then I'll, you know, put out the updates as I can when I'm allowed to.
But you told me like on private DMs that there are many people now asking for interviews too. How many, if you know?
Well, I think it was since you posted the picture that of our DMs, so I'm pretty sure they came from you. But I want to say at least 5, because I was like, this is interesting. All of a sudden, like, you know, you reached out to me for the interview, and like, why am I suddenly getting a bunch of like interview requests? We hadn't really gotten that.
Yeah, there are many
before,
like, if someone gets an idea, many people want to try it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I checked. I was like, maybe he posted something. So I checked your profile. And that's what I saw, and I was like, that's where they're coming from. They want to do it too. I mean, I'm happy to do more, but like I want to kind of wait a while between them. So I want, you know, this one to be special, and there's going to be more updates coming out. So there'll be more things to talk about. But otherwise, if I did a bunch of interviews all at once, it'd be kind of samey. Like I'm not going to have different answers really. But yeah, it was super cool that you reached out. I really appreciate that too.
So there are many people asking me how to like get your attention to maybe see their videos or like some of that.
It's hard because I'm the only one on the TikTok. Like we have, I want to say our team is 20 plus people now, but most of them are like design or developer stuff, so they don't have anything to do with the socials. It's just me. So I'm only one person, so I try to like respond to all of them and see the ones I can. But tagging us in your videos that are using the camera helps, because even though I can't look at all of them, sometimes I'll still have time to scroll, and if I see one that's really cool, I'll be like, oh wow, like that's super neat. Like recently, I'll give a shout out, I think her name's Melodic Monkey or Melody, but she uses the piano that's in the case.
Yeah, I have
make
seen that.
tunes.
I've seen
so
that.
Cool. Yeah, so I was like, oh, and she had, I think, tagged us in something, and I was like, oh wow, that's like super creative. I love this. So just tag me, even if I can't respond to everything, because we get, I get a lot. Just keep doing it anyway. It's fine. Don't think that you're bothering me.
Creativity gets attention.
Yes, exactly. Plus, on top of the TikToks, like the other live stuff I talked about, like we're still doing some stuff with mixed reality avatars, so I do stuff there too. And there's like event planning stuff. We're going to be at the Game Developers Conference next month. So like my tasks go beyond just TikTok, even though TikTok's probably my favorite. But I try really hard. So don't feel like I'm purposefully ignoring you. It just gets really intimidating.
Many people are also tagging me in some vids trying to get your attention only because I got in your DMs.
Show her
That's
my videos.
pretty sad. Yeah, like send this to Liv. I want them to see that I'm using their camera.
You know what? No, I will say just be like consistent. Don't do it just for Liv. Do it, for your channel. I always tell people, make content that you think other people are gonna want to watch. And obviously, make stuff that you think is fun. But when you're maybe like thinking about making a video, think about like, why would someone want to watch this? Like, what's the value for them? Are they going to be entertained? Are they going to learn something? So that's what I always tell people that are like starting out and making videos or content creation is like, think about the person that you're making this for, or people, I guess. But yeah, I do feel bad. I wish I could respond to everybody. It's just really hard. And sometimes it's the same questions. I'll get like 50 in a day of the same thing, and so I'm just like, I just copy paste. But then that looks mean. Like I didn't try. Yeah.
Many people want to know, are there going to be more giveaways?
Ooh, we do want to do some. Like we've been toying with the idea of bounties. Like I don't know, we might expand them to be outside of Gorilla Tag content too. Like you can use other games that have the camera in it. But we do want to definitely do more. I don't know when yet. We haven't like planned them exactly out, but it's not the end. We'll do more, I promise.
Alright, so this is probably gonna be the end. Thank you for joining me in this. Something that you want to say to the audience before we go?
Yes, please keep tagging our TikTok and things. Although we are on YouTube as well. I do the same shorts there. That one's just Liv on YouTube. And we're on Instagram too. I don't think many people are on there, but I've been trying it. And again, we're just Liv on Instagram. Keep tagging me and stuff. And if you're a developer who wants to maybe add the camera themselves, it's free. So you can just download it at liv.tv/lck-creator-kit. And it's for Unity for now, but we're working on an Unreal version later. Yeah.
Alright, so that's probably all. And yeah, thank you.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go now. I gotta go eat.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was fun.
Thanks for watching the interview. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Comment your favorite thing, I don't know. And I'm gonna end right now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
You became a stranger, and without you believing me, then you became